Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Lisa the PFJ here. How's it going? It's a lovely Wednesday morning where I am, wherever you are, if it's afternoon, evening, night, whatever part of the world you're in, what time of day it is. I hope you're having a good one. So let's get into this story. It's about our friend J.K. Rowling again. And I don't know if you're a follower of my channel, or if you aren't already, check it out, subscribe. There's been a lot of controversy around Ms Rowling. I've done some videos on it, plenty of other people have, because current day, because internet, because it's a day ending in a Y. We nearly always have to have some kind of coverage of whatever Ms Rowling has said this time. Now, for full start on this, and I have this article pulled up in front of me, which, if you've seen or not, it reads very much more like an opinion piece than anything else. It does not come across as something that is anywhere based in any kind of real sort of journalism. It's just basically this guy, and along with the coverage of the tweet that started all this, very much in support of the initial tweet, and basically formed from his own opinion that he is formed about J.K. Rowling, is already settled on how he feels about this due to whatever ideology he may or may not have. But and I'll get into it as well, why this article's even been written, because he doesn't actually cover in the article why this all started again, because it starts off every now and again just because. So very recently, Ms Rowling, along with a charity in Scotland, opened a support centre for victims of grape, as they say, or SA, to make it more palatable for YouTube, because certain words I know are verboten, ridiculous, but that's another story for another time. So she set up this centre along with help of this charity, and it's operating on the basis that it is only accessible for women who were born women, biological women. And as with any one of these sorts of stories, as per always, it just results in Miss Rowling getting herself into hot water. But she's in a permanent hot bath at this point, given that she's been going through this sort of thing on and off for about the last 3 years. So she'll have like pruny fingers and stuff, I'm sure. Silly joke there. But anyway, what happened was this, even though it doesn't mention this, has, argue where you want, the timing of it is very convenient, and that this rhetoric is now coming out that because the game Hogwarts Legacy, the video game that's coming out early next year, is a thing. This is now being used as a linchpin for the argument of why you shouldn't support J.K. Rowling, and it's epitomised in this very tweet that was sent out earlier this week. And so it goes along the lines of, well, it says here, as you can read for yourself, "I will not begrudge anyone their love of past works or thing they already own that they take comfort in. I own the first 9 movies and all 7 books myself, but any support of something like Hogwarts Legacy is harmful." So right off the bat, that's fucking... it's so stupid. You're operating on the basis that there's no new uptake of any of her work after the fact of when it was decided by you and people like you that J.K. Rowling was cancelled and that no one should consume her work anymore. It's much less to do with how this person and others like them feel about J.K. Rowling, and everything to do with wanting to control how people feel about it and control their actions surrounding that. It is just so bloody ridiculous. So, look, right from the off, what is it that she's done in this instance that is so anti-trans? Well, because she wants a safe space for women to go after they've suffered probably one of the most horrific events of their life? Why is that a bad thing? It's like, it's common sense to just about anyone else. It's like if you've suffered something so horrendous as an SA at the hands of a man, then the last thing you're going to want to see, whatever form they are in, is someone who is masculine in appearance. It's just like, it could be, I hate using this word because it's been turned into this bloody, all-capturing word for anything that these people find vaguely offensive, but it can be a trigger for some of these women. So that's transphobic. Sure, and going back to other stuff, it's like it's transphobic to think women are women. It's transphobic to use the word women routinely and not use the other terms like menstruating person or person with a uterus or whatever bloody term they come up with this week. Or it's, anyone or wanting any kind of safe space, not just for this particular instance, but just changing rooms, sports, any one of these things that are being infiltrated by trans women. And it's like none of this is, if you look at it at its core, is anything even close to transphobic. It's just pointing out facts, and facts that I think a lot of people, when they actually think about it, are probably in agreement with. So that out of the way, it's like, it just even from the business standpoint of it, and what I've just said is that it acts on this assumption that people haven't been newcomers to her work, or haven't consumed any of the any of her movies on any of the Harry Potter movies or the franchises based on Harry Potter on streaming services, which every time they're viewed there'll be a percentage of that goes into J.K. Rowling's pocket. Anytime a copy of the audio book is downloaded and listened to, that will go into her pocket. Anytime anyone visits Leavesden, the Harry Potter studio tour, or visits the park in Florida, Universal, the Wizarding World, every time that happens after the fact of this will go into her pocket. What about that do you not get? So it's like again, what I've just said before, it stands. You cannot control how people feel about this. No matter how much you want to control the argument or control the narrative, people are probably seeing this and just thinking, oh, she just wants to open up a centre for people to go to feel for women to go to feel safe. Okay, what's wrong with that? She just thinks women should be called women. Sure, okay, what's the problem? I think most reasonable people will see that, but then it comes down to what I just said. This isn't about, trying to get people, it's not trying to get people to see that there is transphobia at play here. It's trying to control how people think and how people feel about this woman. But I think a lot of people are either smart enough already or are getting smart enough to see through this and go, actually, no, she's not saying, these things she's saying aren't transphobic. No, these things she's saying are not anti-trans. She's just simply expressing an opinion and she's not towing the line of the mainstream narrative. So, I mean, and again, like I said, this article, as much as it tries to make out that this person is in the right and saying that, because the argument was given back by J.K. Rowling, and I'll say outright that I don't even think she really needed to reply to this, but she obviously felt like she had to, and this is her want as well, so have at it. And what's really fun about it is that it's just had the reaction that you would expect. It's made sent the collective into full force, as it usually does whenever she opens her mouth. So she's deeply disappointed at Jessie Gender, doesn't realise pure think is incompatible with owning anything connected with me in any form. The truly righteous wouldn't just burn their books and movies, but the local library, anything with an owl on it, and their own pet dogs. Hashtag do better. Fairly reasonable argument here. And I'll say as well, just from a personal opinion, I don't necessarily agree with everything that J.K. Rowling said in the past. In point of fact, I don't even agree a lot with some of the decisions she made with the creative aftermath of Harry Potter, when she made Dumbledore Game, when she... it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just I didn't really see the purpose of it. It's not really something that would have made me feel any way different one way or the other about the character of Dumbledore. He's still one of the most popular and most loved characters in the franchise, so it was kind of surplus for me. But anything up to do with her political views or something, I'm sure I wouldn't align with her, but it's just that simple fact that she's stepped out of line on this one issue and it's made her persona non grata. It's really, really, I wouldn't even say disheartening. It's just kind of par for the course at this point. And for that reason, I think the more she talks and the more she expresses her opinion and the more people pile onto her about it and try to call her these names, I think the more it seems like overkill and people are getting wise to the tactics of the other side. So, but this again, like I said, it just reads like an opinion piece on why this person is, and this person's tweet that they made is just from this writer's opinion about J.K. Rowling and giving them more fodder to talk about it. And like I said, it doesn't even mention what was at the heart of all of this, and that it, the action of J.K. Rowling to open this centre. So without including that, you're already setting yourself off on the wrong foot and being pretty disingenuous. So I don't think she's got anything to worry about personally. I think people are still going to buy this game. I mean, I'm at this point actually considering buying it because I've seen some of the trailers for it. It looks quite intriguing to me. I like the look of it. I think the design of it looks pretty good. I can't say much to the gameplay or the characterization in it because obviously it's not out yet, but for the most part, the initial stuff looks pretty damn good. So I'm probably going to buy it when it comes out. So already, Jessie Gender, you have lost someone, and I'm sure there are quite a lot more people who probably feel the same way. So yeah, I mean, and I didn't even mention, by the way, as well, the other stuff that she's done. Harry Potter is not the sum total of the works that J.K. Rowling's done. She has other books that she's written, most namely the Cormoran Strike books that she writes under the pseudonym Robert Galbraith. They're obviously not a million miles. They're a million miles away from Harry Potter. They're like crime thrillers, but people are still buying those. And I think even as recently as this week, there's an adaptation of one of those books being released in series form on BBC. So, I mean, this effect that you're trying to affect isn't taking hold because people are still, there's obviously still demand for this stuff, be it her Harry Potter or other content creations or otherwise. So keep trying, I'm sure they will, but for the most part, at least for now, it looks like she's still going on and doesn't look like she's worried. So I'm all for it. I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please think of giving it a like, subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos, share it with your friends, and comment on the video if you've got something to contribute. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.